got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First time with Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be good for a Denver first down.
And that's a nice explosive run to get things started there. And there's something about when it's a night game, it seems a little bit more, meaning a little bit broader, a little bit crisper, maybe even the hitting and the contact's a bit more because guys have been waiting all day long to get at each other. And the best coaches that I played for, they handle night games really well. They're a different animal than day games because you have to wait so long, yet you start to harness all that intensity and then let it go at the proper time.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The first down carry here for Johnson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be first down Denver.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. First and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to take a shot and got his man complete. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 84 yards. The Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a play fake here on first down. Deep drop. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And the D looking like they may blitz. On second down, Johnson. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying, the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Quan Alexander in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing, Lynch. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's third down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Chris Harris Jr. is not a name that rolls off the tongue quickly, but it should. He's one of the best cover corners in the league.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got time. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This one taken from the 7. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot and pattern read and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2nd down, 8. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And that's complete to Jesse James. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. They come up in an offset eye. Now Roethlisberger backing up. And he rifles one incomplete. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They come out here in the eye. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down, just 1 yard to go. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. The Wildcat to Johnson. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
This time Lynch will throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. To throw here, Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now they'll throw it with blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
They go screen pass to Hyde. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Bullock will put this one through, and that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They go play action here on first down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch 8-4, watch 8-4. Single receiver, single receiver. All right, here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Lynch. Dumping it off for Johnson. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Here we go now.
2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The intended receiver was David Johnson, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the line. You know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
On 3rd down, Lynch into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now out come the Steelers. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They start the drive with Hyde. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, Stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now a play fake here on first down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
39.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He dumps it to Hyde. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. The toss play. This is Hyde. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Johnson on the counter. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. Dumping it off for Johnson. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their 1st, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And tough starting field position here. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So nothing there. I don't know that... Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Lynch. And this is going to be incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go.
And it goes in motion here in the backfield.
39. Watch it now, Barney.
Here we go. Lynch on 4th down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Lynch on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So the Broncos coming out now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it's a first down for the Broncos. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sideline.
Carlos Hyde, see you later. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
Now Davis. And he is going to lose yardage here. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now it's Lynch. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Rob Gronkowski, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Oh, design run for their wideout. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd down following the run.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given day.